welcome to the Pain Lab with Tibalt's Apprentice. Somebody's going to leave crying, it's probably me. Well, that's not always going to be the case. Anyhow, we're back with the hammer, but this time it's a flying ember. No, what did I decide it was going to be? A flying... No, not a flying butt wrench. That's Ren and Stimpy. Nobody knows what that is these days. It is going to be a flying Embercleave deck. You'll see what's in here and stuff. I kind of shored up some of the problems this card was having, or this deck was having for me in Standard. We're not going to complain about alchemy. We're going to, well, I'm not going to embrace it ever, but I am going to have to use it since it's not going away anytime soon. So, the addition here is an Embercleave, a Sky Maul, and take out a couple of cards that just weren't working. We can see that the games go a little bit quickly. I would suggest you build this. It's a fun deck, and if you've got the rares, maybe you're already there. What you're going to find is this deck is quick, and it loses quick or it wins quick. So there you go. That first game is over with already. I talked through the whole thing. So, the Embercleave is expensive at 6, but if you can attack with enough small creatures, you can get that down to a casting cost of 2, and the Embercleave also works as a combat trick, since it can be cast at flash speeds. So, we've got all the cards that we don't need right now. We've got the Embercleave, or rather the Sky Maul. The Sky Maul automatically attaches to something when it comes on board, and gives flying, so that double strike and evasion is awesome. So, we're going to drop this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually make that Embercleave cost only 1 to equip, just in case our creature gets taken out and has to be equipped later on. We want to keep those equip costs as low as possible. And these alchemy cards make that possible. So, we can see we're up against a Legends Matter deck, but I don't think it does matter. So, they're going to throw that on there. They're going to attack in, assuming that they're going to be safe. However, I'm going to block, and that first strike doesn't matter because I just got buffer. And, yeah, I think I'll be eating that right now. There's a lot of shopping going in the background there. What's happening? Crinkle, crinkle. Anyhow. And now we have the other combat trick that I was telling you about. After a few games here, and these aren't necessarily sequential in order. Normally when I shoot these, I try to shoot 3 to 4, maybe even 5 games all back to back to get an accurate representation of what the deck can do. I think you can see that the deck can win rather quickly. So, there was a problem. Starbucks was wonderful as I filmed 4 games in a row and a definitely beautifully descriptive video on how to equip everything. And, of course, none of it got recorded. So, too bad. This is what you're stuck with. An easy equip. And they don't win every time. But, like I said, it wins quickly. And now that the couple of things, trample, wow, that's the word I was trying to think that was escaping me. Trample included in here makes a difference, and the flying makes a difference. Those 2 forms of evasion, or the ability to get, yeah, there's another misplay, but we're not going to talk about that much. Yeah, you see actually a couple of misplays. I know I can drop this. I can immediately equip it again. That's great. However, I believe, yes, this is where the Phyrexian Obliterator comes out. Now, that's not necessarily a problem, at least not at this point. I'm feeling confident. I'm ready to swing in. I can get them down on life. We've got double strike. We'll swing in. And, actually, I think we wait a turn. Yeah, we wait a turn. We get something else on board so that we can attack with multiple creatures. You always be suspicious if somebody makes an attack that doesn't seem like a good idea. Well, there's probably something up their sleeve. Actually, I think I have enough mana to do it now. I'm going to go ahead and throw this down. And if I throw that away, get this here. All right, I don't mind sacking 5 things because I got a strong creature and they're down to 8 at this point. It was a good play, except they have another Phyrexian Obliterator to follow up with. That's going to be something of a problem. And I think this is where the tide has turned for them. I just got a little rambunctious there.
You are dead!
And,
Not a big surprise.
Swinging in made them choose, but yeah, I've got down to 1. Yeah, it seems like it should go my way. It might even go my way. Nah, I know it doesn't. Because I can't draw any land. I probably should have done the other creature first. And I probably would have had it. That was probably a mistake on my part. But live and learn. Anyhow, this is a fun deck. It is definitely worth a build or something close to it. Maybe these aren't the equipment that I should be using. Maybe there's something else in there that you think I should be adding. If so, include that in the comments below. But tell me what your experience with this deck is. Now, I'm actually up against a unique deck, something else that I haven't seen in the meta, which I appreciate. I mean, I've got the land I need now. Casting is a bit of a problem, even with me having 35 life. Them being at 1, I don't have any direct damage. I don't have anything that's going to be able to take them out. I could drop this. Probably, nope, got to pay for it. Got to throw things away. I will give that a 1 to attach. But I think time has run out for me, and I am about dead, despite being at 34. The fact that they're getting me to discard cards, they're getting a bonus off of it, it's just not going to happen. So do the smart thing, which is concede. It takes me a few more minutes to actually figure that out, though. I'm a slow learner. And actually, I keep hoping that I'm going to draw something, but I really know that this deck is made to win within the first 5 minutes of the game, probably. There is an art to mulliganing down in here. Make sure that you've got first turn, second turn, third turn play. There, I finally got the hint and quit. But we're going to actually play in a ranked game to see if this matters. See if this actually works. That is not good because those hammers are so dang expensive unless you've got your cats to lower the cost. Going to go ahead, spend that mana and lower the cost on the hammer. Next turn, I should be able to play a land, attach the hammer, and swing in. As long as they don't have removal right off the bat, you're pretty good. If they have a Blood Chiefs, or they could just take the hammer. That is another possibility. For Mirrodin, yeah. I think I actually get removed those. This might be an early version of the game, of the deck, because while the 4 Mirrodin actually creates a creature to equip it to, you really want those things equipped to your cats, and you want flying, and you want all those good things. Let's do this. Let's double up on that. We're going to go ahead and attack into it. I don't mind losing the creature. They did mind losing the creature. The nice thing about this deck, though, is from simply being a absolute aggro deck, I feel like the inclusion of the Skyclave and the Embercleave actually can help you out mid-game. Like, they're clearly developing a board state despite being mana screwed. I am not mana screwed, but I'm going to hold that back, which is something that's hard for me to do. Yeah, I feel like those inclusion of those other cards actually gives you a chance to pull it out on the mid-game initially. Down to 5. All right, they're going to gain more life. Let's put this on the board. We'll make whichever one doesn't... Well, they already cost 1 or whatever. So let's just go ahead, equip. I don't mind losing that if I can kill something of theirs. It's getting kind of big and kind of buff. And there we go. This now gives me, for that mid game, to be able to swing through and get the damage that I need with the trample, with the evasion. Good game as I swing it. Oh, well, never mind. All right, so let's take a look at this with Sparky and see. So it can actually stand up in ranked, historic ranked. Up against Sparky, I barely even need to point this out because you already know how this goes at this point. You get a cat on board as fast as you can. You're going to reduce the cost of that hammer to make it a second turn attack for, what's the number here? With 13? No, actually, it's a 12, 11, but that's all right. Definitely worth it. Do I get to pull off a combat trick here? We'll see. Let's drop this on the board so that we have multiple attackers. We'll definitely eat their creatures early on. And okay, I like Sparky playing a more aggressive game here and getting creatures back from the graveyard. I like that. Let's drop this. We'll go ahead and attack. We've got it down to, let's put this on here just to make sure that we're hitting it from two sides and eating everything. Yeah, that combat trick is very nice. Being able to equip the Embercleave flash speed makes all the difference. And with this, let's just make sure that they're dead. We're going to, actually, if I was smart, I would have put that on the one that absolutely has trample, so even if they tried to block, but none of that matters. We got our victory. On to the next one. Let's see, we want to make sure we got the cat. We got the Skyclave. Skyclave automatically attaches. I mentioned that before. So that's not a big deal. We do need 3 mana for it, though. So that slows it down a little bit, but the evasion makes up for it, and so on. So they're actually blocking with a wall. That's nice. All right. Not going to swing into that. Third turn, can automatically attach either of the Skyclaves. Actually, probably, possibly, I don't know. I was going to say probably the smarter would have been to play the one that didn't have the buff on it. But that's okay. We'll take a little bit of damage. And we'll put the other one on, automatically attach it. Now we have flyers. And with that, I think it's pretty much game over. They're going to attack into us. I played that for no good reason other than to make the other Skyclave a 1 casting cost to equip. But none of that matters because with this, I think it's game over, man. Sweet. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.